Okay, so I told you that Harry and I began to say, we don't know. We're not the person to ask. We're not the expert on this client and his or her life, or this person in his or her life, or this family's life, or this work team's life. That if you want to learn about them or you have this curiosity, then you should ask that person or that group of persons, not us. Because this is only our interpretation of our experience of them, influenced again what we bring to this encounter. So when I say knowing and not knowing, that first of all, it's important for me to say that not knowing is a concept. Not knowing is a concept. Not knowing is not a skill. It's not a technique. It's not something that you pretend to do. But not knowing is a concept which has several features. Some of those are, one, how one thinks about the creation or the construction of knowledge. How is knowledge produced? Is another way of thinking about it. So, how one thinks about the construction or the creation of knowledge influences how one thinks about what one knows or what one thinks one might know. I also think another feature then that's very important is having an awareness of what is happening in the dialogue, in the relationship, in the experience with each other that brings forth this quote-unquote knowing, or what one thinks one might know, more to the forefront of your thinking, usually your inner conversation that you're having with yourself as you're with another person. You might want to call that what brings forth that particular interpretation or description of the person. And not only an awareness of what has brought that forth, what has triggered it, but what would be your intent in offering it to the other person? Is your intent to influence the other person? Do you think this is a particular piece of knowledge about child development that would help these parents be better parents? Or this teacher be a more effective teacher? What's your intent with offering this? For me, the most important thing and the most important intent for me is that can I offer something with the intention that I'm offering this, one, as a way to participate in an ongoing conversation, and can I offer it as food for thought and dialogue? I'm not offering it because I think you should take this with you. This is a useful piece of information for you. I don't know, it may be, it may fit, it may not. But can I offer it as another possible way of exploring or talking about what it is that we're here talking about, what it is that we're focusing on, the agenda, so to speak, of our meeting, of our gathering, of our conversation. And then another feature has to do then with that I would want to offer what it is that I'm offering. I want to pay attention to the timing in which I offer it. I don't want to interrupt the flow of a narrative. I don't want to interrupt the flow of a story. I want to wait for what is a natural pause in the story. I want to be open. I want to have a, if you want to say, a preface to what I'm getting ready to say. And I want in some way to ask permission. And I'm carefully watching people as I'm offering this, and then I pay attention to how they respond. Maybe one person's nodding and the other member of the partner's sitting like this, without any kind of quote unquote, we often use the word nonverbal or some kind of bodily cues that I can pick up. So I try to check out with this again. With would you be interested in hearing something about this? So, and if they say yes, then I will share it. But it's not because I think that this article or what it's concluded, what they found in the results, is something that would be helpful. But this is another way of talking about something that we've been talking about. So, in other words, I want to introduce, if you want to call it knowing or experiences or book knowledge, with the intent that this is a way that I can participate in the conversation, that I can help facilitate a conversation that's more rather than less generative, that it's something that I don't think they have to take or buy or agree with me on or find useful. But again, I always want to pay very careful attention to how the other person responds to what it is that I'm sharing. You can't throw away your previous experiences. You can't throw away those things that you really love, but I don't want those to take center stage or lead or be the filter through which I'm speaking and listening and trying to hear or understand the other person. So I'll open it up.